Howdy folks, and welcome to another modded Hearts of Iron series with me, Scryptar. So I had a look at the workshop and I had to look for the last 4 or 5 weeks while recording the China series to see if there's anything that really, looks really spiffy, catches my eye, anything that we would like to do on this channel. And there's quite a lot of mods. There's Star and Crescent, Egypt Ascendant, Emperor of the World, War of the Worlds, Mr. K's Australian Focus Tree, Scotland Forever, Hearts of Wolfenstein, The War to End All Wars, which is obviously a World War I mod, Persia Rising, Cold War The Iron Curtain, which is obviously a Cold War mod, which might be fun, and Brave New World, which is, I think, somewhere around the Cold War area as well. I'm not 100% sure. That might actually... no, it says it dates back to 1900, so that's definitely before that, and it will go up to 2020. None of these mods is in a finished state, except for Persia Rising, which I've played in a single player just to test it, and it's quite nice. I had to restart that like 8 times, and 7 times I lost. I don't know if you want to enjoy looking at that. I might still do it in the next season once I had some more experience with it, because it is quite difficult to master. For now, as you can get from the video title, I've decided we go for Better Canada, which gives Canada its own unique focus tree. There is even a chance that the French part of Canada, the eastern part, might revolt against the rest of Canada, and then you get a completely new focus tree for that. That's awesome. That is really, really awesome. I don't think we're going to go into that focus tree, though. I'm not the French kind of guy. I like Canada as it is. So we start 1936, as always. And we're gonna go, it's not in here, still considered a minor country, so it doesn't change any of the existing countries, which is really, really good. And we're gonna go, oh, middle mouse button, for whatever reason, Canada. Mackenzie King, Democratic. Yeah, whatever. Not gonna go historical this time. We wanna see what can happen if we switch that off. Play on normal difficulty, that's good. I'm not gonna go Iron Man mode. I like having the achievements and I think this mod is compatible, but I can always do that in single player. And I like to have different saves, so in case you want to go back and try something different, there's always an option once the series is done to go back and say, what would have happened if? But for that, I'm actually relying on your comments to say, Scryptar, what would have happened if? And then I might see if I want to go back in there. Also, that helps me when I'm recording, so that I have 3, 4, 5 save games for those 3, 4, 5 episodes I'm pre-recording, and it's a lot of logistics. I'm not gonna bore you with that. So, Canada it is. Let's go. Go on. Come on. It shouldn't take that long. There we go. Canada. Hey. So, yeah, the usual stuff. Let's start here. Where are we? We have this guy. Plus 15% political power is good. Population 1%. Tepid military enthusiasm. So that's one of the first things. This doesn't look good. Conscription refusal. Ouch. We have 126,000 men. That's not much. Saved 1 of 10 days. Alright. As you can see, this tree is quite big. So what do we have? Statue of Westminster. This is where you go down if you want to change your, well, politics, I guess. Swastika clubs, so that sounds fascist. There you go. National spirit, nationalism. Grants daily fascism support. So this is communism, and this just goes down the democratic tree. And depending on where you go, you end up with different, let's say, master focuses down here. So this one will give you nuclear technology. This one will give you only 1 nuclear technology, but you get rockets. You can go down here either way. See, it needs 1 of the 4 above here. Oh, jeez. My apologies. You need all of 1, 2, 3 to actually go down here. More national unity, gains national spirit, vivid military enthusiasm, so your recruitable population goes up. So we have quite a ways to go to get down here to actually get manpower. And of course you have all your industry and doctrine bonus and research bonus and all of that stuff over here. So what is this? Industry, more resources, building slots, civilian factories, military factories. Yeah, what you would expect, some infrastructure mixed in. Alright, so where do we start? Well, first of all, we need to decide which way we want to go. We're currently democratic, we can't really do anything, we're at 0% world tension, and you know how that works. If we wanted to declare... One thing I've learned, you can right-click on a country and you immediately open the diplomacy screen instead of going left-click, and then going here. You could have told me that in the comments, you know? Guys, this is a team effort. If you had known that, you should have told me. Obviously, since I've been doing it this way all along, I didn't know that. So you can just right-click here, and then you can have a look at the diplomacy screen right away. That actually works for us as well, I believe. What I wanted. So, you know, when you click here, you get this screen, but when you actually go and do this here, you get the diplomacy in details overview, so you get all the details about yourself here, which is quite nice, so you can compare to other countries. Right, so let's see. Justify war goal. World tension at 100%, so this is bad for us. I mean, we're not the smallest country, but a relatively small nation in terms of manpower, divisions in the field. There's just not much here. 3 research slots, that's good. We start with weapons 1, that's okay. None of the specialists, no motorized. We have our dig-in bonus and we have our attack bonus pretty much. That's a good start. We do have the first light tank already, you might want to factor that in somewhere. Anti-air and anti-tank? Seriously, I want artillery. This is completely useless for me. Well, we might use some anti-tank when we go to war with the US, if you want to do that. Wrong doctrine. I want to go over here. Actually, if I do this straight away, which we're going to do anyway, because we need the bonus. Is that still a thing? No, that's not still a thing. In the past, I think that got patched out. You could go in here and say, okay, I start with this one, but I do not want to start with this one. I want to start with this one. You could click it, and basically it would switch instantly, or only take a day or something. Because one of them is pre-researched, and if you were not happy, you could just make another one be pre-researched. I know. That seems to have been a thing, it's not anymore. Alright, what else? Some ships, yeah, Canada. We have fighter ones already, that's good. Well, already, it's 1936, so we should have all of these, but you know how it works, right? And then, of course, we go in here, we do want the construction bonus. What? Oh, sorry. Can I please get that one? Yeah, that would be good. Construction bonus, and we do want efficiency cap, because we're going down that route. As usual. So, that is done. Where do we want to go? I would like to have the US. They have all the oil. Wrong map mode. There. All the oil. A lot of other resources. Including steel. Quite a bit. That's tungsten, right? Yeah. It's a little chromium. So chromium is lacking. But all the rest is here. I do want to have that. I just do not want to go to war with the Allies, just now, because why would I? So we need to get that done before the US can join the Allies, which is where? 40% world tension? So this needs to be fairly quick, but for that to happen, we need to be able to declare war. So do we want to become communists or do we want to become fascists? One of the two needs to happen. What would we get? Political power, change in popularity, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Political correctness, indoctrination, commissars, kamikaze strikes, I don't care about. Military factories, it's nice. Here we get a choice, so that might be more interesting. Political power, that's the same. That's also the same, just for fascist. Volunteer forces, do we have this here? Well, no, we do not have that over there. We have that here, that's nice. Army experience for free is also good. Which we need. We want to put, you know, anti-tank and stuff like that in there, or get up to 20 combat with. Recruitable population goes up. I don't see that in here. Like that. Eco-fascist. Well, we have to start up here anyway, so we're gonna start with that straight away. Then, all my units, which are not that many, and they are all crap. Gonna have a look at those in a second. You are gonna become an army, you get a commander. Awesome. Perfect. Here's your front line. Which doesn't go through there. That's not that good. Do I want to give you a second front line, or do I want to keep this separated? Well, they try to reinforce back and forth, so sometimes you can have 20 units here and only one here, and then 5 minutes later you have it the other way around. So I kind of want to keep it separate, but only kind of. I'm not going to worry about that too much. We might just split the army later when we actually have one. So, we're going to assign all of you over here. I'm going to take half of it, and just put you over here. And you rearrange any way you want to. Don't care. We don't have nukes yet, so we need to pretty much conquer the whole US. Most of the victory points, of course, are on the East Coast. We know that already. So what we're going to do, we need to include these lakes, so that there's a bridge here, there's a gap there. I do want that. And when you press tab, you switch deployment from. So we're going to do this. Right click, control left click. No, we're not playing China, so it's click, not crack. And I guess you come from all the way over here. Yeah, I do want to start over here, so that they don't cut us off here and we can just push through. That would be something. I'm gonna play around with my 2 destroyers here. How much of a navy do we have? That's it? Okay, we're gonna get back to that in a second. Alright, so that's frontline number 1. You're just gonna hold. I guess we can do a token frontline or attack plan and say, well, eventually you want to come down here, get all of it. And no, you're not gonna start from there. One more thing I've learned, you can just pick any of these and say, look, as soon as you touch a front line, it will attach the whole arrow to that front line. So gonna go, yes, exactly. That's what I want. Perfect. Gonna go over there. And then we just meet in the middle, some stage. Somewhere, somehow. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, we're gonna scrap all of the stuff we don't want. Do we have any more of those? No, that's good. Navy, we checked that. Army, yeah, it's also not much. I'm gonna colorize these later, it just takes too much time now. I'm playing with the same mods as before, colored buttons, unit selection, all of that. You find them in the description as always. That's not what I wanted. I'm always pressing escape when I wanted to press F1. That's just how I roll, and that's bad. So, research done. We need more research slots. So as soon as we are able to flip over to fascism, we're gonna go the research tree. Down the research tree. Unless we need like military factories and stuff, then we might just prefer that as much as we can. Diplomacy, don't care. Resources. Well, currently it looks good. How much do we have actually? I like this overview. That's way smaller than going in here and like there. Like, is this needed or surplus? And how much do we have? And the next one. And what is this? And is this needed or surplus? You just go in here, it's like, that, all green. Fine. Like it. So we produce total anti-tank, total artillery, and infantry equipment, and some convoys. Alright. I don't see any convoys being produced. Let's change that. Now we need oil. Oh, surprise. I'm not gonna jump on that straight away. We have 5 military factories, they're working on this. No, you're not gonna do that. Don't do that. We don't need tanks yet. There's not that much that could affect us in terms of tanks being in the US. And if so, then I guess we just need more divisions. Infantry divisions. This looks really, really bad. It's not the upgrades, so I guess we're all on the right infantry equipment already. Weapons 1, perfect, so we don't need to upgrade from basic equipment, but we just don't have that much. So that's something to worry about. We're going to do reinforcements, high priority, upgrades, low priority. And then of course we're going to train some of these. Because we need more. Let's start with 5 for the moment. I'm going to deploy them over here. And have them added to that push. And give me 25. Yeah, you're out of resources completely, so yeah, don't worry about it. We're gonna get there eventually. This... had 5 of those? Ugh. We're gonna change that. You... yeah, we're gonna change that right away. Because I don't want those. I'm gonna keep them for later for military police. Actually, put that in straight away. It doesn't cost us anything because it's not really a change. Where's the MP icon? There. And we might want to put in, you know, military police suppression support stuff later. That's good. That's that, and this is going to be infantry. And as you are infantry, you're going to get this icon. Perfect. That's set up. So, as we should, we are going to start with some civilian factories. We have 40, which is quite nice. Can't do anything up here, waiting for that. So let's put them somewhere where they are not that protected. So our military factories are very well protected and people have to get to it first before they destroy them. Now civilian construction, well, if they take over part of this territory and we can't produce anymore, then at least it's not the infantry equipment we need to fight back. So, don't have that much room. It's a lot of free space in here and will be more once we add our research for concentrated industry. So we do want to have some dockyards, so I guess that's out of the question. Where are dockyard territories? All of that, so it's just those two. Alright, then we're gonna do those two. This is all still 0, so we can't do anything there. And it's you, right? So let's get those two running as well. Then infrastructure is looking horrible, and that's what we're going to start with. We need to be able to move our troops quickly. So we're going to up this. If we have to prioritize something else, we're just going to prioritize something else. What's the problem with that? Also, of course, there is another front line up here, which I'm completely going to ignore. Because usually there's nothing there, and even if it's one troop, and this is the, well, the evilest country or the evilest territory that you can be in, so there's no real need to actually put up major defenses up there. Until this guy moves, we have conquered the United States. Don't worry about that. I say that and I might lose. Air power, we can't compete with the US anyway, I believe, so we're not going to do that. We don't have radar yet, which might be nice on the front line, but then again, I'd rather have that once we're done and deploy that down here to Mexico and on the coasts and stuff like that. Alright, don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Perfect. Now, that being said, let's have a look in here. We are having all kinds of crap in here. This we don't want. We can't change that yet because we don't have any points, which we get as soon as we go down the focus tree, right? Right there. Won't take that long. Some of these are 105 days, like this one. It's quite annoying, but they give you a lot of bonus. So let's start this. I say 20 minutes into the game. Excuse me. And it's not going anywhere. Why? Because we're playing on speed 1. Idiot. Not you, me. I would never say idiot to you guys. That would be rude. And of course, all the people that were here are now assigned over here, and all the people that were here are now assigned over there. Perfect. Don't make it too easy. So, any starting factions? We are in the Allies. This is going to change the moment we go fascist. So don't worry about that. And we have these guys. See, I'm doing it again. Old habits die hard. They have way more troops than we do. A lot of military power in terms of factories. They can outbuild us, especially here. So we need to be quick about that. They do have all these different things that give them a huge malus on pretty much everything. Yeah, that won't help you much. That's like going down here, the Americas. Making sure that everything in South America stays straight. Which is good, because once we take over the US, there's nobody guaranteeing anything in South America. We can just take all of this. We might actually do that and make this our main continent before we interfere in any wars over here. We will see what opportunity arises. So, no need to talk about this. We go down here. And just continue going. And we do have way more political power than we had in China, it seems. Yeah, plus 15%. That's almost as good as Adolf. I think he gets plus 25, right? Yes. That's good. So what are we gonna do? Let's not pause the game for a second, let's just have a look. Military installations, good. More power, good, so we can get all the others faster. That is nice once we switched over to fascism. This we could start straight away, and I'm gonna do that, to make it even faster. Don't need that, don't need that. So, same ideology, monthly opinion, just makes it easier for us to later on found a faction and have the fascists join us instead of the Axis. Political power gain, well, makes it go faster, so I guess we're gonna go with that next. Yes, nice, whatever. Canada will leave the Allies. Awesome. Go. More political power. Thank you very much. It's not yet 37, no use going down here, but we're gonna go down here. Concentrated industry is just way too good compared to distributed industry. I mean, it's nice not being bombed, but then again, who's going to bomb us here? Except for the US, which we're gonna conquer. So, not worried about that. There's no strategic bombers reaching here except from over here, and I guess we're gonna go over here and get all of that territory soon, maybe? We can declare war on Denmark and just invade this, and Germany takes care of that. That might be an interesting thing. Spanish Civil War, there we go. Show me. You're not part of anything. You won't be joining the Allies that soon. So we'll see. We'll see how fast we can be there. How's this coming along? Almost reinforced. Good. So we're starting on those. You? Still not 37, which is actually quite good. Gives us a little bit more of a buffer. This is definitely good to have if you want to go down here. And encryption, decryption for the attack bonus. Anything else we want first? Well, I guess we just want to make our army better because we don't have that much of an army to begin with. Don't really need that. Well, yes, eventually we're gonna get it because there's pretty much nothing else. We're gonna get rid of the fascist demagogue and then exchange it for this guy. Yeah. Leadership purchase in the Soviet Union. Okay, they've started the purge. We have to wait with this until we're switched. Makes the most sense. Democratic support, yeah. Ideology drift defense, Fascism support, here we go. Yeah, that's already looking good. So, what else can we do? Once we're fascist, we want to store up some points to go straight to war economy. Closed economy, we need to be at war for that. For this, we don't. Awesome, 15% world tension, we can get that done. We just have Spanish Civil War, then there's Ethiopia down here. And we get the Marco Polo Bridge incident over here fairly soon. So that should help. So that's 150, that's 150. And we need to change this really, really soon. Although we do get a bonus from all these focus tree items, so it might not be that soon. But limited conscription at least would be nice. It's no malus that we get here, as you can see. There's no bonus on this one, so we won't lose anything. And there's no like training time plus 10% like here, so... I'm gonna hold off on that until we really need it. Anything we want to go into. We are researching and we are at the beginnings of research. Yeah. We're gonna go into that because we need all the doctrine bonus we can get, and the faster we can get that done, the better. 70 days, awesome. That's one more national focus. Recruitable population 5%, effect of partisans -10, volunteer forces, army experience, and popularity change plus 10%. Awesome. We are at what? 30% flat. So that should jump to 40 whatever we have. It's taking some days and you see this is going up. I don't like the effect scaling. Doesn't really make much sense to me, but yeah, okay. Hey! We do get some. Alright. Also, yeah, train. That will cost some of the equipment, because they're obviously using ammunition and they're wearing out guns and stuff, so will take a little bit longer to train all of these. What else? Armor expert, artillery expert. That's good. Or armor commando. Yeah, that's good for Marines later. Don't have armor division. Well, I guess we just have to go full armor, as we always do. I'll take that for now, because we will add support artillery. Definitely. And we need to research that. Ta-da! What else? Go away. Go away. Stop it. More recruitable population. Yeah, sure. Why not? Do we need that just now? No. What's that? Alaska State is now a core by Canada. I'm gonna use that and we don't have to worry about Alaska at all. Or we get those territories over here, I believe. I think I want Alaska. And just, you know, not 100% sure. Okay, let's have a bigger look at that. What am I gonna do? The British president is unacceptable. Got to secure borders properly. So we request our territory back from the British. That avoids us getting into an early war with the Allies. And if we conquer the US, we get Alaska anyway. So yeah, let's go down there. But we do need to get into civilian and military factories really fast now. Because they do have a crap ton of troops, and we don't. Alright. For now, let's have a quick look at research. 64 days. Good, yeah. Well, as always, we're gonna go down here because the bonus here for the first 3 already is just that huge that we're not gonna skip. And we have those 40, so last thing we do is we're gonna go in here. Anti-tank. Hi. Hi. We have all of this already, which is awesome. So, support artillery, engineering company, recon company, and we're gonna add field hospital, and we're gonna add this auto supply thing, logistics, right? And then we're done. That's already 40. We need more. We need to get this up to 20 combat with. Look at this. This is right. So I guess for the moment, since these cost 10. And these only 5. Wait, how much do we have? It's 8, so this is 10. Yes, so adding more here will also get us 10 in this row. And that gives us an immediate 20. Awesome. Now we're at 45. Game, run. Need this one more. Thank you. And then we're gonna add these as soon as we can. That resets pretty much everything, and yeah, wow, we just added like 3 times the amount of people. What did you expect? So everything is understocked, underpowered, and of course, didn't even drop that low in terms of experience, which is quite nice. Alright, so we don't have to train them from scratch. See, there they dropped quite a lot. Oh, now they are dropping. Oh yeah. We lose 5% national unity, but we become fascist. This postpones the whole thing for a year. That just costs a lot of stuff, and we're not becoming fascist. Why would we want to do that? I mean, we did this on purpose. There you go. Civil War for Fascism. Yikes. What happened here? While the attempts of the fascist movement to revive nationalist sentiment have seen some successes, the resistance against these ideas remains high. Alright. Generals plotting to overthrow the current administration are disappointed in the lack of confidence the Canadian population themselves seem to have in Canadian National Socialist Unity Party. CNSUP. That's a mouthful. That's what she said. They remain certain that people will eventually tire of Mackenzie King and so on and so on. So what do we do? Remove national spirit fascist revolutionaries. Against reign of terror. 730 days. It's good. Nothing? Some call for a coup to be executed now. Okay, so if we remove this person, we get all of this and have a military coup. And this, nothing will happen. I'm gonna go with that one. I don't care. Already get enough political power. Well, more than most of the others, so fine with that. And our flag has changed. We're now the Empire of Canada. This guy, Adrian Arcand. Or is that someone from Quebec over here? Adrien Arcand? Let's just call him AA, Austin Aries. It's looking good, it's looking good, looking good. So, next thing we do is remove this guy. And replace him with that guy. Soon. For now, we're already running a little bit late, 30 minutes, but it's the first episode of the series. I'm trying to keep this at 25 minutes as always, and you know how successful that's been. So, I guess that's it for today, folks. If you like the video, subscribe for more, leave a comment if you feel like it. Don't forget to enjoy yourselves, and see you soon.